guys, welcome to ToribashTakeOVer. This is RoboGoat.
This is the one that you're
afraid of. And today we are going to talk about using the forums. So I'm logged into Aikido Scum for the obvious reasons that I've talked about in the past. And right here you're going to see kind of a home page of forum stuff. You're going to see where your private messages are, where your notifications are, and then a link of boards: the Toribash board, the Wii board, the Market board, Clans board, General board, Elurk board. These boards are kind of like the divisions in which smaller divisions of boards and replays can be found in. So if you want things very basically Toribash bound, you're going to have this little board here, and it's going to talk about the news, blogs, Tori news, where you should introduce yourself. So if I click on the introduce yourself section, you can see, oh, here's the thread that RoboGoat has been talking about. It's the new to ToribashTakeOVer thread where you can enter to see ToribashTakeOVer giveaway 2. Oh, look at that. It's so pretty. You just saw the introduction a couple seconds ago. Yeah, so smooth. And just so you know, this was my name. My name change. This happened to me against my will whilst I was having a problem because Hampa couldn't spell my name, and that was unfortunate. So because Hampa couldn't spell my name, Ishii decided to change my name to an even stranger sequence of letters when I was sleeping, which I wasn't too fond with. So I was like, well, what's a good name? And through a lot of debate between Hanzo and Ishii and Thorn and Tom Wanks and Skullfuck, we came up with RoboGoat, which is in all capitals, so you must say it in all capitals or I will not associate with it. And as you can see, he's from Power Rangers. We're going to go backtrack a little bit. The point is, you can use the forums for a lot of reasons, and people were wondering why. It was the top-rated comment in one of my videos, so I decided I would answer it for you. If you have anything to contribute to Toribash, if you think Toribash would be better with something, there's a whole board for that. It's the suggestions and ideas board. You can post in it. If you think maybe you have an idea for how you could best make higher, what's the word I'm looking for? Higher detail texture sets. If you think that the current texture set limit resolution is too low and you have a good way to like make a higher quality texture set, you can post about it here. Or maybe you think that there needs to be TC rewarded for achievements. You could post that in here. Just make sure if you're making a thread that you don't make a thread that's already been made. So look around and make sure no one else is talking about that. Maybe you want to sell items. There's an item section for this. Or you want to sell artwork. There's an art section for this. The good thing about the market is you can buy artificial prices. So if you see something for cheap, you can haggle with them, buy it for even cheaper, and sell it for more to people when you can. People typically aren't artists, and everyone wants to wear a nice texture set. So maybe you go into the request board, or the art textures board, and you talk about what you want and how much you're willing to pay for it. Here's a 512 by 512 head texture right here. If you wanted that head texture, you could buy it right now for about 6,000 TC, maybe a little less. So these are things that you can use your time effectively on. In terms of making you a better player, however, it's very clear about which two are going to be the most useful for you, or which three. You have organizations, clans, and finally events, which also can partially happen in news. So basically, let's start from the very top, news. If you didn't know, Game Masters are recruiting. So if you want to become a Game Master, you can click on this thread here, and Earth and Thorn could tell you about the requirements it is and how to apply and what you should tell. And that's really neat. But maybe you wanted to participate in Clan League. Well, you can't now because the signups are over and we're already weeks and weeks into it. But you could find out which clans are doing well, which clans have already been disqualified, etc. And maybe this kind of helps you pick out which clan you want to apply for. If you're looking for a clan that's winning games, you're not going to want to pick a clan that loses 0 to 12 in the first round or something along those lines. So you can see Alpha here. We had a seed, so we didn't have to play in the first preliminary round, and then we played Shield, and we won 15 to 2. And then we played USSR, and we won 19 to 6. So maybe that would impact whether or not you wanted to join a clan like Counterpain. If you don't want to join a clan like that, it might make sense because it looks like they've been disqualified for inactivity. Or any of these clans in the top bracket, it looks like Grim Reapers were disqualified by inactivity, and that Inquisition was disqualified by inactivity. So if you were looking for a clan and you wanted to figure out if they were inactive or not, maybe you should see if they got disqualified from inactivity. Then there's the events, which is a great way to earn TC. And people were wondering, hey, how can I get TC? Well, just click on an event here. Alright, you get the Butt Masters Challenge. How strong is your butt? And it's got a bunch of rules and objectives, and look at the prize. We got 20,000 TC, you got a Supernova Relax, a Persian Force. It's a nice prize. It might not even take too long either. It could be just one replay submission. So you can grow as a player by challenging yourself to different events, because events are kind of like the video I did on alternative objectives. Alternative objectives are going to help you become a better player because they're going to force you to adapt and try something new. There's the beautiful subscribe to ToribashTakeOVer banner, which if you click on, brings you right to ToribashTakeOver's little hub where you can subscribe. Alright, now the other two that I want to talk about are organizations and clan discussions. Obviously, the whole forum's useful. If you want to talk off topic, talk there. If you want to buy Tori Prime, you can talk in Tori Prime, etc. But let's pop into organizations and, more importantly, official organizations. And we're going to use Team Wushu as an example. People wanted to know, hey, you talked about playing better people, but I don't know who the better people are. What do I do? So we click on this member list of Team Wushu members, and we have a tiering system of 1 to 7, 7 being the worst or needing the most improvement, and 1 being the best players in Toribash in the mod, at least of the ones that have joined the group. So if you apply to the group in here, and you post some replays, we kind of decide in the private forum here that you won't be able to see what rank you are based off of what we saw in your replays. So say they say you are a tier 5 member. Well, now you know that Athen, Rexua, Crawfit, Fenris, Earth, K-Ball, Kayla Panda, Bakugan, Violence, Easy, and Pure Shadow are all tier 5 players. So if you find them online, they will be equally skilled as you. If you find out that you're playing Okinke or Juha or San Sally, maybe you find that they should be worse than you. So if you're losing to them, it means that you need to start improving your play better. Maybe you want to know who are the best players in Toribash's Wushu. And you look around and you say Begotten and Logic, and this needs to be changed to RoboGoat, but yeah, you can see that these are the best Wushu players in the organization. And so it gives you someone to look up to if you didn't know already. So this is how you can effectively use the organizations, and maybe you post some replays up and get some critique so you can figure out how to become a better player. Finally, we want to pop into clans, because while I plan to do an entire video on clans at some point, clan threads and clan boards are typically really good for helping you become a better player. And it's all about that association. Who are you playing and how are you investing your time in Toribash? So let's look around. You can see that there are going to always be different clans. Forum active clans, in-game active clans, or clans that are just competing for big events. Alright, so a forum active clan would be something like Metal. A friend of mine joined Metal just recently. His name's Coffee, and as you can see, this has all been posted within hours to minutes. People are posting in these threads, and they're being active, and they're talking to one another. And if you want that camaraderie, and you want a forum active clan, then maybe this is a good clan to go join. And rather than trying to just send a whisper in game to one of their members and like, hey, who's your leader? Who should I talk to? Can I join? Da 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 da. You can like look up what they're interested in and what they like to do, and then figure out how to apply. Maybe you're into a clan that's just around for big events, and they're pretty inactive on the forums. And maybe you look at Clan Alpha, the clan that I'm in, and you find that we're only posting about once a week or so. And it's because we're not super forum active, we're not super in-game active. Our activity lies in joining together, being brotherhoods, being a very, very small clan, and winning the big events. As you can see, there's not a lot of members in our clan. Although we need to add I'm a Pirate and Winver, because they are in the clan. Or maybe you want a kind of mixture of both. You can always kind of look around. I think Urban's a pretty good example of that. They post relatively frequently, and they're a very good clan. There's Relaxall, Flow. Flow's another really good example of that. Clans that you can get to figure out the different communities, what they're good at, how active they are, etc. And this bond is also for social reasons too. You said a lot of people said that they didn't feel like they had a lot of friends to play with. Well, you can figure out who would be a great fit of friends for you by using the forums. Through the clan discussion and through stuff like off-topic discussions and suggestions and marketing, you can figure out who you really relate to. And that's always fun, because you want to play with people that are going to be fun for you. So if you click on the Clan Bouncy and you see the jokes that they're making and you think they're really funny, then maybe you should try to find a Clan Bouncy member online. If you're looking for an Aikido group or an Aikido organization, you go to the organizations page and look up Team Sambo and see these great players and watch their great replays and give you something to aspire to. Really, above all else, you can use this as a big, gaping tool of replays. Because you can pop into Alpha, and then you can watch a replay, for example. And we'll do that. We'll pop into replays, and maybe you want to see a really, really cool replay with a really old, nice player. So we'll watch 0815 Rocker play some TK real quick. Give you an idea. Oh, he's playing back. Okay. Give you an idea of an example of a great player playing a mod that he's really good at. Maybe it gives you an idea for an opener or something like that. So maybe you take the first turn and you're like, oh, he's kind of lowering his shoulder, and I've never seen anyone open like that. Maybe I'll try that sometime. It's a great way that you can learn. It's a great learning tool because, as I said, examining and dissecting replays can really bring you a lot of skill. So these are the basic ways to use the forums outside of simply sending private messages and looking at your achievements and whatnot. These forums are really, really great. Obviously, there's a whole market you can utilize to find out the cheapest prices and stuff like that. You already know about ranks and checking those out. The forum's a great tool. If you use it wisely, it could be the reason why you win events for thousands of TC. It could be the reason how you become well-known. And being well-known grants you better access to better clans and higher positions like game masters, super moderators, admins, whatever. It could be the reason why you find a clan that's appropriate for you. You could find an organization that reflects what you want to be learning and play players that are better than you. And if you like teaching people, you can certainly do that. If you're a new player and you have any questions, you can always post in the beginner sanctuary. There's a wealth of information, and there's no reason you shouldn't be using it. So I highly recommend every user becomes forum active. And you can stay in the loop with everything, get to know everyone, because you have to remember, not everyone lives in the same time zone as you. But that doesn't mean that there's not a really funny, really skilled player you could learn a lot from that would have no problem teaching you if only you sent him a private message so that he would know to log on at your hours or for you to log on at his. So that basically wraps up about how to use the forums. Have a really great day, guys. Thank you so much for watching my videos. If you like this video, make sure to like the video. If you want to subscribe to ToribashTakeOVer to watch more videos, please hit the subscribe button. If you think other people would benefit from the video, hit the share button. And let's make sure Toribash takes over.